Welcome to the Illinois Symphony Orchestra's Sunday at 6 Recital Series. I'm Executive Director Trevor Orthman, and we will be bringing you 7 performances this fall. Tonight we feature our principal second violinist Alex Norris, accompanied by Younjung Cha. Our next performance will be October 4th, featuring trombonist Kevin Dombrowski, and on October 18th we will feature our principal cellist Noman Ysaye, along with our Symphony in Your Slippers Gala. Please check our website at ilsymphony.org for more details about the gala and other upcoming performances. We are hoping to open our live orchestra season in January, but we are still working on details due to the pandemic guidelines of our concert venues. Following this evening's performance, we will again be having our Coda Conversations discussion with tonight's featured artist and led by music director Ken Lamb. It will take place as part of this broadcast, so you don't need to go to Zoom as we had in this for our last broadcast. Just stay on this, and if you want to ask questions, please do so by typing in the chat feature of either YouTube or Facebook as part of the live broadcast. Now I'd like to turn it over to Ken to introduce this evening's artists.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good to see you all. I've just returned from Springfield, of course, after spending 2.5 weeks in lovely weather in central Illinois. So that was really wonderful, and I enjoyed seeing many of you. But I'm back in Charleston now, and sitting in my apartment and looking forward to enjoying this recital. Alex Norris, our principal second violin, we hired back in 2018. So this is the beginning of his 3rd season. I actually met Alex at a music festival many years ago. And so I was really delighted when the curtain came down and I discovered that he won our audition for the principal second position 2 seasons ago. Alex's appointment is really crucial to the orchestra because his position, the principal second chair, has been open for a number of years. Now, the Illinois Symphony has filled all the principal string positions. As a result, we are seeing stronger and stronger players come to play with us. No doubt, as a result of knowing the principal players, and Alex is a really good fit to the section. Really nice gentleman and a tremendous musician. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Alex Norris, our principal second violin, and pianist Younjung Cha.
I wanted to say a couple of brief words about the program we're going to play. When I was thinking about programming this, I decided I wanted to pick music with sort of a positive outlook, because I think we could all use that right now a little bit. The first piece, Rêve d'enfant by Ysaye, is a lullaby he wrote for his youngest son. And the next piece, the Spring Sonata by Beethoven, is one of the sunniest, most optimistic pieces in the repertoire. And I thought it would be very therapeutic for us to play this music and hopefully for you to hear it. So I hope you enjoy both of these pieces. I'm just going to switch our audio settings here so it doesn't sound bad. All right, hope you enjoy. All right, I disabled the audio processing. I'm back to normal speaking voice. So at this point, is there questions?
Okay. So this is the new portion of the event.
That's
It used to
correct.
be Zoom. So first of all, thank you so much, Alex and Younjung. And
Yes.
so yes. Why don't I think first of all maybe tell us a little bit about yourselves. Like just your background, especially Younjung, because I know Alex, but I don't think I know you. So, but please tell us a little bit about yourselves, and we'll get a few questions from everyone.
Yeah, so hello everybody. My name is Younjung Cha. I'm obviously a pianist. I teach at St. Andrews University in Devonport with Alex. Alex just joined this semester, right? Last semester. Yeah. So I worked at St. Andrews. It's my 7th year. And I came Iowa. I'm originally from Seoul, Korea. And then I came to US 2007 for my master's in Cleveland Institute of Music. And then after Cleveland, I moved to Iowa for my DMA. And Yeah, that's about
Yes.
myself.
Yeah, when I heard about this recital opportunity, I just moved to Iowa City a year ago, and the kind of meeting and greeting that you normally do in a new place has been put on hold because of all of the lockdowns and everything. So I had to ask one of our mutual friends, Madeline Capistran, if she could recommend a pianist that I could play with, because I really wanted to play with piano for this. And Younjung was the recommendation, and then we found out we teach together, and that was kind of, of course, there's always so many more connections than you imagine, and yeah, that's how this happened.
That's great. So, I asked this question for all the performance. Obviously, we have had the lockdown since middle of March. And so what have you guys been up to, and how was it? How did you put this recital together?
Well, there was definitely a long portion where there was not a lot that we were up to. I think that there's been some events, especially through the Illinois Symphony and other things that are just starting to pick up a little bit. And wow, was I rusty when I first started playing again. And just when you first started rehearsing with masks and with new people, it's always just kind of overwhelming when you're used to being in the swing of things, playing every week. So yeah, I think it was definitely a little trickier to start rehearsing, but the more you play together, the more it comes back. If that sort of answers your question.
That's great. And how did you come up with the pieces?
Well, honestly, it's kind of a convenient marriage of bucket list pieces and pieces I felt we could put together in a relatively short time frame. I had a friend of mine played this Ysaye for his senior recital at undergrad, and I was blown away by it. I think that most of us just know his solo violin works, and to realize he has some works for violin and piano that are beautiful is really cool. And so I ever since I heard him play that, a while back now, I've wanted to play it. And I think that the Spring Sonata has been one of those ones I've somehow not performed in my life. I think I somehow skipped over it, and I really want to make sure if you're going to be a violinist, you have to make sure you play the Spring Sonata. And I think also I think we're already all looking forward to spring as it is. So normally you would like to play this piece in spring, but in this case, it's like kind of like a fast forward,
Yeah. So what have you guys done over the summer? Did you pick up any new hobbies or anything like that?
Well, I've gotten really into biking. I love biking now. I have to bike every day. It's kind of like the same impulse that makes me want to practice. I have to get outdoors. Hiking is good, but I really like biking, and that really brings me a lot of fulfillment, just being out in nature. So that's been a big one for me. Also, it's good for you. So I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, for myself, first of all, I was just continuing teaching online. So as well as my private studio, and during the summertime, we St. Ambrose had a piano camp for high schooler for 9th grade to the 12th grade. So I was teaching online, so my schedule was being pretty much the same. But I mean, the concert wise, I mean, there's not much live concert going on, so I had some time to practice myself some pieces before because of the schedule. I couldn't practice much, but also when I had spare time, I just walking around outside because I cannot go gym. There's nothing much to do. So I was enjoying to walking outside the park and then just looking for some new parks. So it has been relaxed but enjoyable.
Well, that's good. I mean, obviously, you probably have not been able to go back to Korea this year.
I canceled my trips.
No.
Yeah.
Now, I was just going to remind the audience who are watching that you can submit questions to both Alex and Younjung to have them answer questions. But we haven't. I think we don't have a question yet. So I'm just going to carry on talking for a little bit. But Korea, I understand that the sort of online performances are very popular. I had a friend who he's a conductor, and he did a concert with, I think, 16,000 viewers, which was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And that was just outside of Seoul. And I think Korea is classical music is very popular there, right?
Yes, yeah. People encourage about the classical music education as well, and really enjoying live concert. Well, nowadays they're just slowly opening up for the live concert with social distance and then many different formation like outdoor or big concert hall with social distance. But yes, the classical music is really, really big thing in Korea, and that's how I started classical music. Yes.
That's really great. And do you have, after this collaboration, since you teach together, will there be other opportunities for you guys to play together more often?
We would love to.
I think this is going to open up some more opportunities. Just getting to know Younjung, and I think that we both have some pieces we've been wanting to play that I think we can work in some opportunities through the university, hopefully, and in other words, we live 10 minutes away from each other, which is amazingly convenient for rehearsals.
Yeah, no, that's really, really great. So last time we had Roy, our concertmaster, play, and now you have Alex. So we have both our principal string player, violinist play, which is really great. And of course, you did one up on Roy because he didn't have a piano.
It was earlier. It was a lot earlier. I think it was a little bit more.
Yeah, it was the very first one. That's right. And of course, you're wearing masks also because I guess it's I guess that's the way to do it, right?
This is Younjung's house, and I just felt it would probably be the safest to. And it's definitely, I am extremely warm in this region right now.
It's just
so hot. So.
Actually, I have a question now. What is it like playing in mask? Does it affect how does that affect you?
It does. It affects. For me, this surface is a little more slidey than my chin, especially, if I haven't shaved. So just the connection with the chin rest feels a little odd, and also your field of vision, you can't really look at your contact point as much. So I feel like I'm flying blind a bit. Breathing wise, I think I feel okay. But definitely an adjustment. I don't know.
Yeah, my contact lens just constantly dry up, so I need to blank my eyes. Yes, and then I don't know, like it keep touching my lip, the mask. Yeah, so I usually breathe with my mouth when I'm performing. So it's just it's keep bothering, but it is what it is, and
it's good for us to get used to it now because there's plenty more of it coming, I think.
Right.
Now we see a question on the screen now. Do you see it as well?
I don't, but if you can.
So this is from Victoria. When did you know that music was going to be your life's work?
That's, I think, for a lot of musicians, you start kind of young and it's not really a choice. It's just something that you do. I'm trying to think of when. I think I remember a big turning point for me. I was always sort of playing and kind of enjoying myself, but not really that dedicated. And I remember hearing a student play Corelli La Folia when I was, I think, 10 or 11, and just raving about the music. Because a lot of the Suzuki type stuff we learn as a small kid is very deeply classical, kind of reserved music. And although Corelli is certainly still like that. The piece La Folia is very passionate, and I was like, what is this music? I have to learn this music at some point. And I think I remember shocking my mom a little bit with this kind of unexpected interest that I hadn't shown as much of before.
For myself,
Yeah, you can.
yeah. I mean, for myself, my mother and my older brother, they both play the piano since when I was really, really little. So in my family, who is playing piano better? That was like a better person, I think. So it's a kind of competition going on. So I always desired I want to be better pianist. But yeah, that's how I started. But since then, I never gave up my dream. I never changed my, I never thought about even changing my career path. Yeah, so I'm still enjoying it. And yeah, so that's how I started.
I think I tried to quit like 7 or 8 times when I was a kid. But the rule was that I had to call my teacher and tell her on the phone that I was quitting. And I was way too whippy to do that. It was a clever trick.
You see this other question?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mindy says, would you elaborate on the connection of the pieces you picked and what is happening in the world today?
I mean,
Hope.
It's a little bit, there's not like a very intricate set of conditions, but I wanted to pick, like the first piece is very soothing, very calm, and when I practice it, it often kind of lowers my heart rate. It's you know, it's a lullaby, so it's meant to kind of take some stress out. And then the Spring Sonata is so evocative of nicer weather, you know, a new kind of start. I think all of the movements, even the slow movement, have this kind of optimism to them that I certainly could have picked like Brahms D minor or something like that, but I just felt, you know, we already have all this stress, and I don't want to play dark, stressful music necessarily right now, although that music is also really great.
Yeah, no, that's great. Now, did you discuss the choice of music with Younjung, or?
I just threw it at her. I was like,
I just got email. I didn't have any choice.
Just an email saying, you want to play these pieces in a recital in a month? Hi, by the way, my name is Alex.
Glad it worked out. Yeah. And so, what about Younjung? Who's your favorite composer and the pieces that you would most like to play?
So I would just say Brahms.
Brahms.
So my dissertation is about Brahms and his teacher. Yeah. So I premiered. I recorded a CD for Brahms's teacher's music, which was really hard to find even music score. But he was actually a great pianist and then educator.
Oh,
so,
can you show us? Do you have your CD to show us?
So right now it's a processing. I just finished on May, and then now I'm going through the CD label. So it'll be I'm the first pianist recording his 100 variation.
Oh,
it's a short pieces, but very characteristic pieces. And then Brahms is saying that he never learned from teacher. He had just one composition teacher, who is Edward Markson. But Brahms, on the interview, he said that he never learned anything, but well, yes, there's a lot of resemblance. So that was my study. So I would just say Brahms and
I love Brahms too.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
3 Bs, Bach, Beethoven, Brahms, I would say.
That's so interesting. Brahms's teacher.
Yep.
And are there many information out there about Brahms's teacher?
No, it was very hard because of there's just one dissertation, and the one from University of Chicago, who is musicologist. She wrote about the dissertation about Edward Markson and the study of the Brahms, and then the inspired by teacher, all this. That's how Long story short, I came to University of Iowa to my professor, the Dr. Sakwar, because he was a Brahms specialist. So I just chose this school because I wanted to study Brahms. So every year, every recital, I had Brahms pieces, like from easier to advanced one. Eventually, when I was picking up the dissertation subject, I was just talking about Brahms, and there was so many information already. So we were just keep digging, and then eventually we found Brahms teacher, who is Edward Markson, not well known, but great composer, and we can study in depth about the Brahms through the teacher. Yeah.
Wow, Alex, so this is your next project, all the Brahms sonatas.
I haven't played the second sonata. I would be happy to do the other two over as well.
And what about you, Alex? What are your favorite composers and things?
Ironically, I really like Brahms.
There we go.
It was maybe just like in this setting I was thinking about other things, but I really like the three sonatas of Brahms, and I also I really want to do the Poulenc violin sonata.
Yeah,
I think that piece is really, really great, and I think people are really starting to discover it and play it a lot more. So it's a lot darker than we're used to for Poulenc. So I think that's another one in the future.
That's interesting. Let's see. I don't see any. Well, Catherine says thank you, which is we're great for checking in. And Trevor, you have any questions for them? I think I really enjoyed Ysaye. I have not heard that piece before, and you play it really well.
Thank
mean,
you.
it's just even with the internet and so on, it just comes through very, the singing tone really comes through, and that was a nice piece to hear, definitely. So, yeah, Trevor, you have any thoughts?
I thank both of them for performing this evening. It was a wonderful performance, and you have many responses that you can go back and look at of people saying thank you and wonderful, and we wish we could applause and stuff. So we will probably at this time wrap it up for this evening, and hope that those who were watching tonight will join us for our next broadcast on October 4th.
Yeah, no, that's really great. Yeah, now you can go and have dinner. Oh,
Oops.